We could not have been more wrong on the last Bugatti maintenance video. We did our best to get the right data, but you know what? A lot of it was just wrong. So we're gonna correct that wrong because we have done a lot more research this time, frankly. First, I wanna thank Diedrich over at Bugatti. He obviously couldn't give me costs on stuff, but he did help me find the portion in the manual where it says everything you should do over the course of 10 years. So we're gonna go over that and the actual costs. I think they're really gonna shock you. I was really surprised compared to the other vlog that we did on where they came in at.
I think where the mistake was made is a lot of the information that our team found on Google was on the Veyron actually, and the Veyron is much more expensive to maintain than the Chiron. So Bugatti did a really great job with the Chiron in making it more affordable to maintain in comparison to the Veyron. So
yes.
I think that's where we messed up.
I do want to get a Veyron, and I also want to get an EB110 in 2023. That would be badass to have all three of them. That is a priority of mine.
EB110 SS, Veyron SS, Chiron SS.
Conveniently, we're taking this in for the final service. So you get actually a 4-year bumper-to-bumper warranty in this thing that covers everything, even 3 different taillights that have burned out. So we're gonna take it in, have all that last final service done. The warranty is up in a few days. And then after that, it's time for exhaust. I have deliberately timed my super loud, hopefully flame shooting exhaust system post this big service.
For a sneak peek, the service today that is covered by warranty is a $34,000 4-year service.
Wow.
So that's the first look into how expensive this thing is.
Now, an option that I had if I didn't want to do the exhaust and if I was deciding that I wanted to keep this for a long time, and frankly when I get the SS in about a year I'm going to trade it in, but I could have done a 4-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, which basically mirrors what I just had for the first 4 years of ownership, and that will cover everything really, and that's right around $204,000. Or you can just opt for the service-only plan, which I think will just cover each service in each year, and that one was closer to $60,000 to $70,000, I believe. Still a bargain if it's $34,000 per year. So that's about half off savings. And they just announced that a few months ago.
You know, it might be cheaper for you to actually get the warranty if we have a taillight go out every 2 weeks at $10,000 per taillight.
Yes.
What is that per year?
A lot of money. And a big shout out to Mr. Tommy for getting a bunch of this work done for us. Unfortunately, Bugatti of Chicago was not very cooperative. Unanswered texts, unanswered calls. Gosh, if you want to have your Bugatti service there, maybe send it somewhere else, but it is what it is. But we got all the info that you need, and we're going to talk about it on the way. We took off a little bit ago. We're getting pretty close to the city. Super cool option that Bugatti just started offering on the Chiron. Conveniently, right after I decided to do the exhaust, but I'm already committed to do the exhaust, was full year bumper-to-bumper warranty on the Bugatti, just like the first 4 years that I have just had. Covers everything: maintenance, oil change, if a wheel cracks in half.
The 4-year annual service is a whopping $34,000. I know we mentioned it before, but that thing is...
Oh, the 4-year annual service is only 34 grand?
34 grand for the service that's going in for right now.
Oh, the one that it's going in for right now would cost
major.
me $34,000.
Correct.
But I'm not paying for that. That's part of the warranty, right?
Correct.
Okay,
it's your last warranty service. And then the annual service, so there's an annual that has to happen 1, 2, 3 years, and the 4 years is the big one. The regular annual service is $11,500. When you're talking about a 1-year, 10,000-mile service for a $3 million Bugatti, $11,500 is actually very affordable.
It seems reasonable.
Yeah.
It's 1/300th of the price.
I mean, it's cheaper than the 918. It's cheaper than, well, yeah, than the P1. This car is actually not horrible to maintain.
Again, if you're in that spending ballpark, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car right now? So we know that it's been struggling with launch control. We're going to have that addressed. The cabin air filter, last time we took it to Bugatti of Chicago, it came back smelling like a barn. I think it's finally kind of going away.
Yeah, I haven't smelled it in a while.
That took a long while. I had to have this thing like air treated. Taillight, we almost didn't get it covered. I guess there was some conversation with Bugatti around if the taillight was caused from us pushing it when we got stuck. Cue that video again, Lawrence. For a little bit, we thought we were gonna have to pay $10,000 to get that fixed. So, can you imagine that?
That's an annual service. Yeah.
I had a police officer pull behind me and follow me home, and he's like, I had never seen a taillight set up like that before. I had to see what the vehicle was, and that was it.
Really?
Just followed me home because of the lights. So just to be clear, our goal was to cover 10-year cost of maintenance. We determined that the first 4 years are completely free, covered by Bugatti, no matter what you do, unless you push a vehicle in the snow. And then we also determined that it's going to be $11,500 for, I guess it would be 5 of those years, and then 1 of those years it's going to be $34,000. So $11,500 times 5 plus $34,000. That's going to cover all of your service, and that's if something does not break in the meantime. It ends up being $91,500 over the course of 6 extra years. So 10 total years, $91,500 for all of the service.
I got a fan.
I want that car.
Yeah, buddy.
It'll be for sale next year.
What kind is it?
It's a Bugatti Chiron.
Oh, I can't afford that.
Take a loan. So the first year maintenance, the $11,500 maintenance, covers oil and oil filter changes, the DSG pressure accumulator, pollen filter, and the brake fluid and key fob battery change.
Okay.
So that's the first.
What if you lose a key?
That's gonna be 14 grand.
Oh, that's
We can
another
speak to that as
thing
well.
that's wrong with it. So
Yeah.
I lost the key, the launch control, and then the tail light. Those are the big deals, right? Everything else seems to be okay.
Yes.
Probably should have the cabin air filter changed too, since it was stinky.
It was.
But they're
it
gonna
was
do that
sticky.
anyway.
Watch it be sticky again.
What about that's
back.
that's year one, or that's every year? That's the 11,500 service.
Yes.
That's the annual one. That's not the big one. What does the $34,000 4-year service cover?
That is the front axle oil change, the longitudinal lock oil change, rear axle oil change, DSG gearbox oil and filter change, change engine air filter, which we should probably do every year with Bugatti Chicago, drive belt change, spark plugs, hydraulics, oil and filter change, coolant change, AC refrigerator, including receiver and dryer.
Okay.
That's a little bit. So that's what this car is getting today.
You smell that burp? That's a lot. That's a huge.
That is a lot.
Rolls down window. That is a lot of stuff. Tires every 5 years. We know that the tires cost right around $10,000. So I know that I'll need to replace these one more time within the life of the Bugatti. So add $10,000 to that number. Crazily enough, that's actually it. That is all they recommend you to do over the course of 10 years.
Yeah.
So you're just a little over $100,000, which is way less
Yeah.
than what we had stated last time, because these things are just so well freaking built. However, there are some things that can go wrong along the way if you decide not to purchase that warranty that we discussed. That's actually what we're waiting on Bugatti of Chicago to deliver to us, because frankly, you never know, especially with the way I drive, if something's gonna break or go wrong. So we're gonna go over a list of those items. Tommy, what is that list of items that we're gonna have them price out and hope that he has ready for us by then? Because he's had a month to prepare for it.
Yeah, it's actually 6 weeks, but who's counting? So the list that I asked would be a fully new engine or a fully rebuilt engine if you were to blow this engine, which I cannot wait.
I am like, is it a 200,000? Is this a $500,000 motor? I have
Who
no
knows?
idea.
It would be crazy.
What else?
Transmission.
That can go, yeah.
Yep, all 4 rotors are calipers.
Cool. So we need to have prices on all that, because again, like, you do have to prepare for that. If I'm buying this used, it doesn't have warranty. Those are the kind of costs that I want to know.
That's stuff we can run into.
If an engine costs $100,000, I'm perceiving that a lot differently than $500,000. That also helps steer on whether or not you want a warranty within the vehicle. So
Absolutely.
So we're gonna hope we find that out in just a sec. We're about to pull into Bugatti of Chicago.
A few moments later.
It's been a few weeks. The car is back from service, and I finally have the numbers. We'll jump right into it. The engine alone, $856,406.98. Insane. That's more than an SVJ was from factory. The Veyron engine was $605,390. Mind-boggling money. Front brake rotors are $18,317.60. Front brake pads are $6,764. The rear brake rotors are the same price, $18,317.60. And the rear brake pads are $4,024. Transmission on this bad boy is $185,000. I know I mentioned it earlier, but the annual service is $11,500 outside of warranty. The 4-year major is $34,000 outside of warranty. I see these numbers on paper, and I'm just thinking about the cars you could buy individually. These are just parts for the Chiron. As you guys could probably guess, this car is extremely expensive to maintain, but it's worth it. This thing's awesome. Comment, let us know if you thought it'd be more or less expensive. Like, subscribe. Thank you.